Mario, Ruby, let's go. Let's go.
Come on, let's have a candid conversation. Let's talk about it. Just bring it up, we got hope and love.
Yeah.
It's all about you and your well-being. The Candid Conversation Show. Let's go, let's talk about
Hey,
it.
let's fuck it out. Let's talk it out.
It's all about you.
Let's fuck it out. Let's talk.
Welcome back to Let's Talk About It, the Candid Conversation Show. My name is Muriel,
And my name is Ruby.
and on the show, we discuss topics that are unspoken and taboo in our community. Our guest tonight is Kim Griffin. We will be discussing self-worth, depression, and overcoming.
Kim, welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. We always lead the show with asking the guests to tell us a little bit about their childhood because we think that shapes who you become as an adult.
Oh, yes. Well, my childhood was really rough. I was raised in Baltimore City,
Okay.
in the hood, and I wasn't used to, I was always timid,
Okay.
timid little girl, so I wasn't used to children that was so outspoken or so rough around the edges. And I suffered with low self-esteem.
Right.
Okay.
I was teased a lot because of my complexion. So it caused me to fall into a depression.
Okay.
And I had very low self-esteem. I used to hide in the background of everything. I never wanted to be in the forefront of anything
Okay.
because I would hear it in so many different places.
Yeah.
And to the point I thought it was true.
Yeah.
This
So
is as
it-
a young child or a teenager here?
As a young child. It started at about
Okay.
5, 6,
Okay.
and 7. So inside of my home, I was getting all the love and care
Okay.
and all of the, you're beautiful and
Exactly.
everything, but that was coming
Outside.
from my parents.
There you go.
Okay.
But on the outside, I was getting, oh my gosh, she's too dark, she's ugly.
man.
So it caused me to feel like I was really ugly. So it caused me to also, like I said, have low self-esteem.
Okay.
And growing up, I just wanted to have friends.
Yeah.
So I found myself buying my friends, being a follower,
Okay.
just
Just so people could like you.
Yeah.
just so people could like me. You
wanted
know,
to fit in.
wanted to fit in,
Yes.
not knowing how cruel the world was out there.
Very.
And like I said, my neighborhood was rough. I grew up around rats, roaches, gunshots as alarm clocks, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
You know, that was our alarm clock.
Right.
It was just horrible.
Yeah.
But so it just caused me to just be a follower. All the way through high school.
Really?
And I was still hearing, oh my gosh, she's too dark. She's black, you know. So it just caused me to go into a really dark space
Okay.
in my life. And I just wanted to be loved.
That's it.
You
That's
know,
it.
I was looking for
For love in
acceptance,
all the wrong places.
and I started looking for it in all the wrong places. So I started having boyfriends, thinking that, you know, maybe if I can get somebody to
Right.
love me, you know, then maybe things will feel different.
Okay.
But you know, that didn't even help. I began to be used
Yeah.
by guys,
Uh-huh.
and then it even took me further into the homosexual lifestyle
Yes.
as you know, as I gotten older.
Right, because you were trying
And
to, you
trying
wanted
to
that
be
love.
accepted.
Right.
And one thing I learned about that lifestyle is they accept you flaws and all. It wasn't that I wanted to be in that lifestyle.
But you were accepted.
I was accepted, and today they accept you even more. You know, it's just so open today. They
Right.
accept you even more. But for me, I was looking for what I saw in other people, like
Right.
confidence and looking for the high spirits and just the energy and just the beauty that I
Right.
thought they had, not knowing that I had that within me
That's
already.
Right. But you're just different. Everybody's different, though.
Everybody's
you still have
different. Yeah, I didn't know. So it just took a while for me to really find myself.
it. So
Right.
what happened? What happened to get you in that direction where you felt like, okay, I know who I am now. I love myself.
Oh, wow, that happened later on in my adult life,
okay.
honestly. It took me to go through the same tests over and
Over and
over and over
over.
again. Dating basically the
Same
same
type,
person, you know, just a
Repetitive
different
cycle.
body, you know, and when I realized that, I was like, wait a minute, this is not, becoming more mature. I can't continue to live like this. So I took what I call a sabbatical away from relationships.
Okay.
And I didn't know how to be alone. I was always either with friends or in a relationship.
Okay.
So I took a chance on being alone.
Okay.
And
To learn yourself.
to learn what I loved. I was giving people what I always wanted.
Right.
The love that I always wanted from people. I
You're
was
giving it.
giving it, and I turned around and started giving it to myself.
There you go.
And
Good for you.
that's when I was like, well, wait a minute, this is pretty good here. So that's what kind of started changing things in my life. for
Okay.
me,
Very good. I want to go back to the dark skin issue.
Okay.
Are you the darkest one in your family?
Actually, I am.
You are.
I am.
Yeah.
Beautiful skin,
know,
though. Your skin is so
beautiful.
beautiful.
Thank you. I wish I knew that then.
Yeah, I
You
know.
I love myself today, but back then, no.
Well,
it
being
was,
dark wasn't in anyway. You had to be
Yeah.
light skinned. I had
Yeah.
the same
That's what they say.
issue where I was even trying to bleach my skin and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Because the dark one, the dark sister, you know what I mean? You hear
Yes.
that quite frequently, but it's no problem now. But I understand what you're
You're
talking
beautiful.
about.
The
Even
dark
it-
skin is beautiful. I wish my skin was a little bit darker.
Oh yeah.
You're beautiful.
Even in high school, my friends were light skinned. It was
Okay.
5 of us that would hang out together, and
Yeah.
they were all light. I was the
Dark
only
one.
dark skinned girl. Back in high school, light skin was in,
Yes.
and if anybody would want to talk to any of us, they would come to me to get me to set them up with one of my friends.
Oh, gosh.
And I would go home like, why didn't
Why
they
they
want to
come
talk
to
to
me?
me? You know, so that was more added to the rejection, because I suffer from rejection a lot too.
Okay.
And so, and it was, like I said, light skin was in back in those days. And now, everybody's like, oh, you're beautiful. You're, dark skin
Dark is in,
beautiful.
yeah.
That's right.
But I suffered a lot back then in high school.
So they told you were ugly as well, or
Oh my goodness.
Just a lot of bullying taking
Yeah.
place,
A lot
name
of
calling.
bullying, like, oh my God, that nobody really wanted to be with me because I was dark.
isn't that
Have
something?
they seen you? Have they seen you since?
Oh,
Have you seen
now I get it. Now, today, from high school, the friends from high school,
Yeah.
the guys, oh my goodness, I had such a crush on you. I had this. I didn't want to, I was too afraid to ask
See?
you.
Right.
So, but it's like, okay, well, why didn't you say
Tell me
anything
back then.
But like I said, dark skin wasn't in.
Yes.
It was all about the light skin. So
But you feel comfortable in your skin now.
now I do,
Okay,
yes.
that's good,
Now I
yeah.
do. Yeah.
Did you end up going for therapy? I know you said you've been in a lot of different situations, found yourself in a lot of different situations.
Actually, I did have to go to therapy at one point in time
Okay.
because I was so depressed.
Okay.
And, when you go to therapy, they want to give you pills and things like
That's
that.
the first
but,
thing, right?
Yeah, but I'm not a pill taker. I was never into taking pills, so that didn't work for me.
Okay.
Like I said, I had to take a sabbatical and just spend some time alone.
Spent some time
And
with Kim.
that's what,
Yeah.
and that's what helped me to learn me.
Right.
And to know, okay, Kim, you're special too.
Yes, you
you
are.
don't have to deal with, all of these things that's going on out here. You don't tolerate those things,
Right.
right? I stopped tolerating those things. And I didn't know before that I didn't have to tolerate them. So
Right.
I spent
you thought
time.
it was accepted. That's
Yes.
what was supposed to be.
Yes, yes.
What about your siblings, though? You had brothers and sisters, or just
no
sister?
brothers, 2 sisters.
Two sisters.
Okay.
Yes.
So how
younger
were they?
and older. They are very confident. They were opposite of me. They are very outspoken.
Right.
It was just, they were never teased. They
Yeah.
didn't go through the things that I
Because they
had
have the
gone
mouth
through.
to respond back.
Oh, definitely. Especially my younger sister.
She stood up for herself.
She stands up for herself, yeah. And she didn't have any self-esteem issues.
Okay.
So it was just me. And we were so spread out in age.
Okay.
That, it was like we were in different generations.
Okay.
I was more like her mom.
Oh,
And she,
okay.
yeah, and my oldest sister was more like my mom. So, we were just spaced out. you
Right.
know.
So how did your family feel regarding your lifestyle?
At first they didn't know, but when they found out, it was a lot of hurt, a lot of tears.
Yeah.
My mom just felt like it was something she did
did,
wrong.
yeah.
And I had to reassure her it wasn't her. And I kind of started staying away from the family just because I didn't want to
Of
be an
course.
embarrassment
Yeah.
and things like that. So I had my little journey for a little while in that lifestyle, but I wound up going to this church. I moved to Florida.
Okay.
And I wound up going to this church, and I was feeling like homesick. And I didn't know that to be homesick is not needing to be in the place where you grew up.
Okay.
The church I went to, the pastor was so like my dad. I mean, personality.
Was that a good thing or a bad thing?
It was a good thing because my dad was the fun one in the house.
Okay.
He was the one that, made all the jokes and kept everybody laughing. And so the pastor was just like him. And when I went to the church, he started talking about the subject of homosexuality.
Okay.
Okay.
And it was just like, why would he be talking about this
Right.
today while I'm here?
While you're there,
Yeah.
he's talking
Right.
to you.
He's talking to me. So I'm like, wow. So the things he was saying, I wanted to know if they were really true.
Okay.
So I said, well, let me go back next Sunday and I'll see if he's talking about the same things.
Right.
And when I went back the next Sunday, sure enough, he was speaking of something else concerning my lifestyle.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm just going to keep going.
Exactly.
And then, like I said, I was homesick, and he reminded me of my dad,
Dad.
so I went to introduce myself. And then he was, it was like we clicked right away.
Oh.
And, from that point on, I started going to services, and he started telling me more about the lifestyle and
Okay.
how the enemy works. Because I didn't grow up in the church.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't grow up in the church.
All right.
I knew it was a God, and I knew it was the devil, and one was good and one was bad. But I didn't know anything about spirits and
Okay.
all these other things, that comes along with that. And the more I got into it,
That's good.
I started praying more and just
Yeah.
asking the Lord to reveal to me what this thing is, like what's going on here.
Right.
Is this true? Is this not of you, And I just went on a whole journey of that during the sabbatical that I had taken.
Yes.
Okay.
So it was a lot of things happening in the time that I was alone.
Okay.
So
Yeah, you needed time to be able
yes,
to heal,
absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
to know who you were.
Right.
Yes, yes.
But then during this time, you ended up finding some time to write a book.
I did. I wrote a book concerning my lifestyle, my journey.
You have that? You have it in your
Yes, I do.
Let's see it.
I do.
It is
Yes.
called.
I wrote a book.
Yep, Sufficient Grace from Despair
To
to Destiny
Destiny.
by Kimberly Griffin.
Yes. I wrote this book, which is my testimony, because I know a lot of things that I had gone through growing up and my life's journey period that a lot of people have gone through,
Right.
are still going through,
Right.
and is going to go through.
Yes.
Because nothing's new under the sun.
No.
So people are going through this, and they need to know how to overcome it.
Yes.
They need to know that they do have a place here
Yes.
in this world, because at one point in time, I didn't feel like I had purpose. So
Right.
this book basically talks about my journey and how I overcame and how I learned that I do belong here. I do have a purpose here.
Yes, you
right.
do.
And that you can overcome depression
Yes,
and low
ma'am.
self-esteem and, low self-worth and, lack of self-worth and things like that. So that, inspired me to write this
Yeah,
book.
it was a good one too. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it.
Oh, thank you.
really did.
Thank you.
I really did. And
Yeah.
where can the viewers go and purchase that if they like?
Actually, they can reach out to me through, I have email, Facebook.
Okay.
It's The Road Back to You is my company.
Okay.
I have a business called The Road Back to You.
Okay.
So they can go to The Road Back to You at gmail.com
Okay.
or Facebook, Kim Griffin. And I have the link on the Facebook. And also, I can add a link to get them to, actually, I have for discovery calls.
Right.
If someone want to actually talk to me
Okay.
for 30 minutes, just a discovery call to see where they
Right.
are and see if I can help them.
Right. What's
through.
that number?
It's 407-756-2022.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
All right. Good.
yeah.
Kim, I suffer with depression as well, and it's an ongoing process. Where are you at in your journey with depression?
Some days I get their ups and downs. It seems to never go away.
Right.
Memories will come back, and but when I find myself there, I'm reminded of where I came from, how I came out of it, and that I don't have to stay there.
Absolutely.
Because at one point in time, when I was depressed, I didn't know I felt stuck.
Yeah.
But I have tools that are affirmations, they are tools that I use every day.
Yes.
And when I find myself in those dark spaces, I'm like, no, I don't stay there.
Yes.
If I'm feeling something that's bothering me, I let myself feel it,
Yes.
but not too long.
Yes.
You
Did you
know,
hear me, Earl?
I don't
Let yourself
let
feel it.
myself feel it too long, because that will make you go deeper.
Yes.
So I'll allow myself to feel what
Just
I'm
for a little
feeling,
bit.
and I'll, get with myself, why am I feeling this? Is it something I'm supposed to learn from this? And then I make myself get
There
up
you go.
and
Yep.
do whatever
Snap
it is
yourself
I need
out
to
of it.
do.
So you know what needs
I
to be
don't
done.
stay there. Yeah,
No.
you can't stay there.
No.
Because it gets worse.
Yep. It's going to keep getting
Yeah.
worse.
It will get worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just learn that over time.
Over time, yes. Like I said, I learned all of that in the sabbatical, and to be honest with you, it was like 8 years I spent alone.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
I spent 8
That's
years
a long
alone.
time of healing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to know yourself.
Oh, yes.
You got to listen to yourself.
Oh my goodness,
Hear yourself.
I will date myself quick.
Because you
Take
know what
myself out
to
to
know what you
dinner.
like, right?
Oh yes, I had to do it. I had to take one Valentine's Day. I took myself out to this dinner and did everything that I would want somebody else to do. I did it for
That's
myself.
right.
And I felt so special. And I'm
Aw.
like, man, I didn't know it could feel like this.
Yes.
You know, so yeah.
That's right. So that's what you expect from other people as
Yes,
well. You don't
yes.
settle for less.
Yes. And I also learned that, when I was going through being a follower,
Right.
I learned that I wanted what I saw other people possessing.
Okay.
Like
okay.
the confidence, the like I said, the high spirits,
Right.
the energy,
Right.
the feeling beautiful. I wanted that, only to learn that I already have
You
that.
have it.
You know
You're
what
your
I'm
own
saying?
person.
I already have that.
We all are so different.
Yeah.
But you have that already.
Yeah, I already have it
Yeah.
within me. So.
Let me test you. Can you name 3 things that you like about yourself?
Oh, I love my height. I love my intelligence.
All right.
I love that my beauty.
Okay.
I think I'm very beautiful.
You are beautiful.
And I love my spirit.
Very good.
I love my spirit. Yeah.
Good for
You're
you.
loving yourself.
Yes.
What would you say to somebody that's going through or has been through some of the things that you have gone through, some of the things you've been through, a young person that is not sure of themselves, that don't know and don't feel like they belong?
Oh, wow.
What would you say?
I would tell them to know that you are special. You were put here for a reason. You're not just here just to be here.
Right.
There's something within you that somebody out here needs.
Yes.
You are loved. There's something that you would need to show somebody else. Something you have within you that somebody needs. So
Right.
you're here for a reason. You have purpose.
Yes.
You are beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
As if I was talking to my younger self.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah, because so many times, young people, like you say, it starts when you're young.
Yeah.
You just feel unsure of yourself.
You feel
You
unsure.
want to be liked. You want to be,
Yeah.
there's
Part of the
always
in
cliques.
crowd.
Yeah, there's always cliques. So these girls are cheerleaders, or these girls
Yes.
are doing this, these girls are doing that. Oh, I want to be just like them.
No, you're your own person.
Right.
But when you're young, you don't realize.
You don't realize
Yeah.
it, but there's something. You'll find that there's something within you
Right.
that's different from them, that's needed here.
Correct.
You have purpose.
Yes.
Definitely.
You're loved. Like, I mean, you have talent. We're all given talent.
Yes.
All of us.
Yes.
And you have your own special talent.
That's right.
And if you don't know it now, you will
You
learn
will,
what it is.
exactly.
later. Yeah.
But conversations like this, people
Yeah.
need to hear that, to know that you
Yes.
are not by yourself.
You're
You don't
not.
have these feelings by yourself.
Yeah, you're not alone. There's others here that's just like you, that's gone through the struggles that you've gone through, and also overcame it.
That's right. I was
You
just
know.
going to say
Exactly.
that. You
Yeah.
overcome it. You don't stay in that space
Yeah.
forever.
As a young girl, what do you think you would do different? You were being bullied. You felt low self-esteem. What would you do different yourself?
If I know what I know now. Well, I would be more confident. I wouldn't fall into what other people say. I would have my own mind. I didn't have my own mind back
Right.
then, so I would listen to what they say and believe
And
it.
believe it.
Yeah, I wouldn't believe that stuff because I know who I am.
Right.
And when you know who you are, it doesn't matter what anybody say to you. You know what I mean? It won't change what you feel about you. Children are very cruel.
Oh my goodness.
And I
Very.
didn't know that. The one thing I do want to say is, I feel like more parents should prepare their children for what's out here.
You should.
You
You
know,
need to speak
I
to
was
your
getting
children.
it inside of the house. I was getting all the love that I needed,
Mm-hmm.
but what I wasn't getting is prepared for what's
life.
out there.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna run into people that will do this to you. You're gonna run into people that will say that. You know,
Right.
but just know who you are. Like, teach them who they are.
Right.
You know, don't just say, "Oh, you're beautiful." Don't ignore that. You could tell a child all day to ignore something,
Right.
but if they hear it in so many places, they're going
Right.
to believe it.
You're right.
You know, so you just prepare them for the outside and let them know what goes on out there. That way, when they do encounter it, they can say, "Oh, my mom told
Exactly.
me about this," or "My dad told me about that,"
Right.
and they would know better how to handle
How to handle it.
You know,
Yeah, because a
We,
lot
our
of
parents
kids.
did the same.
Yeah, because a lot of kids, they're naive.
very
They don't know
naive.
what's going on. You know, like you're
Yeah.
saying, okay, my
I was
parents are
one of
telling me,
those.
oh, you're beautiful, you're this or that,
Yeah.
but tell me about what's really out there, so I don't fall victim
Yes,
Exactly.
to it.
Yes, I was very naive, you know, and like I said, if you prepare your child, then they could better handle what's going
What's
on.
out there.
I think it can avoid a lot of things
I
like
think
the
so, too.
depression and things like that
Yeah.
they may go through. And I mean, this was my skin color. I
You
can't.
can't change
can't
it.
change
Yeah, that was, you know, it wasn't my fault. I was born dark,
Right.
you know, but I would know better how to handle someone if I was already
Prepared for
prepared
it
for
from
it.
home.
From home, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel we were prepared from home. You feel?
Yeah, my parents were just blunt. They just told us, they would tell us honestly.
Yeah. They use
They honestly, and I don't know if it's maybe Caribbean,
Caribbean
you know,
family.
the Caribbean upbringing, but they were very straightforward, and they told us exactly what it was and what it is.
Exactly. And we did the
Period.
same with our kids.
Yes.
So
they-
they let you know how it was out.
sugarcoating.
We knew what it
Yes.
was like out there.
There's no
I see, that's-
sugarcoating it.
I think that's good. I think if I had that, that would have helped me a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
I think because, like I said, it was almost like in the house I was in a safe space.
Yes.
But when I would go outside to play, I
Yeah.
was out there with the wolves.
Sounds like me.
And
Then
I
know how to
wasn't.
protect yourself.
Yes, I wasn't a child that wanted to fight. You know, that started fights
Right.
and wanted to fight.
Right.
And in my neighborhood, I had to fight. I had no choice. But I wasn't one of those kids that wanted to do that.
Right. But
You
you
know,
had
so
to.
I had to.
Yeah.
And it toughened me up. But,
Yeah.
you know, that's how it was.
Right. My dad always made this comment. He goes, "Don't fall victim to a guy telling you your eyes are as blue as the ocean."
Oh,
or,
yeah.
you know, don't fall victim to that because guys will say whatever it is just
yeah.
to get into your pants.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how blunt they were,
You know,
just like that.
straight up.
Yeah.
Period. They told us. So
Yeah.
we are very honest. I'm very honest. My sister's very honest with her children. So that way they know it protects
Yes.
them. Not only protects them, but
Yes.
it prepares them.
Absolutely.
Because we can't be with them 24/7.
That's right. That's right.
And they'll always hear you in their mind. They'll always hear you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's what I'm saying. If they're prepared and
Yes.
someone comes to them
Oh,
with
yeah.
that, it's like, oh yeah, my mom
My
said
mom told me
this.
about that guy
So
or
yeah,
that situation
yeah.
or that
Now
girl.
that when it came to that, I was prepared
Okay.
for that. You know, my mom would say, "Oh, these guys will tell you everything and make you think everything I told you was a lie."
Right.
You know, so that part they prepared me for, but they didn't prepare me for, oh, you might get talked about, you might get
Exactly.
teased, you might
Okay.
get this, you might, you know, you're going to go through this, you
Right.
might get ignored, rejected.
Yes.
So I was never
Prepared for it.
prepared for none of that.
Oh, yeah.
None of that.
You got to
So,
prepare yourself. And you're
Yeah.
right. We have to prepare our young people.
oh, yeah.
Stand tall.
Stand
Keep
tall.
your head up.
That's right.
Walk straight.
That's
Do not
right.
walk with your head down.
That's it.
Walk with confidence.
Yeah, when you talk to someone, look
Look
at
at
them
them
in
in
the
the
eyes.
eyes. That's right.
Yeah. You know, don't, look down, you look
A
at them
firm
in the eyes.
handshake.
Yes. Yeah, so,
Yes. Well, I'm glad you came from a lot. You come far.
yes, yes, I
Yes.
have.
How are you feeling about yourself today?
Oh, today I feel amazing.
Oh, you look amazing.
I feel, thank
Yes.
you, I feel amazing today. I just, sometimes I wish I would have come to this place sooner.
Yeah.
You
But
had
I
to go
know
through
that
that.
everything happens for a
Right.
reason.
Absolutely.
You had to go through
Yes.
all of these things.
Everything happens for a reason. So, and now I can help the next young lady,
Right.
who struggles and help them through,
Yeah.
whatever it is they may be going through.
Yes.
It amazed me because I was watching, I found out that I wasn't the only one going through this because of a documentary that I saw.
Okay.
And it amazed me because when I watched it, they were me.
Absolutely.
They had my same
The same
story.
thing.
So I guess I'm saying that to say I thought I was alone.
You're not alone.
You know, and it's
Isn't
like
that something?
I'm
And everybody
here to
says
let,
that.
Yeah.
Wow.
We need to know that you're not alone, even if it's not the dark skin
Right.
and the, you know, it's something somebody's struggling with,
Oh,
but they're
yes.
not alone.
That's
you
right.
know.
And everybody's fearful to talk about it as well.
Yeah.
And that's why we have this show, because
Oh,
we want to have a
yes.
conversation on it, to let
Yeah.
you know and let the viewers know that they are not alone. You're
Not
not the
alone.
only
You're not
one.
alone.
And opening up every single time you open up,
Yeah.
you're
helping
sharing that
someone.
information with other people. You're
Oh,
letting them
yes.
see that.
It's
I mean,
time to end the silence because everyone's quiet about it.
yeah, because when you're going through what I went through, especially wanting to be loved,
Yes.
you find yourself experimenting with a lot of things that you really don't want to.
Yeah.
You know, drugs, just like I said, the homosexual
Yes.
lifestyle, being a follower, being used, because I dealt with a lot of narcissists in my journey.
Because you were trying to
And
be loved, that you
because
ignored
I-
the way they were
Yes,
treating you.
yes. And I was one of those that thought, oh, if they see how nice I am, they'll change.
They'll change. They're not going to
No.
change.
No, they're not.
You can't change anybody.
No, they're not. And until you love you, you know,
That's a word right
It
there.
has to start with you.
it has to start with you. Until you love you, then you won't have to tolerate, or you won't tolerate
Right.
those things.
Right.
Yes.
So
Have you come across any of those people that
yes,
you have?
yes,
And
yes,
how,
yes.
how are those people? How did they approach you, or
Oh,
how did
my
you approach
goodness.
them?
Actually, they reach out to me.
Oh.
Okay.
And oh my God, it's like they tell me, oh my goodness, the confidence you have now, and you know, apologizing for how I was treated.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of them apologized to me, and
That's
I
good.
was like, oh, you know, thinking that the relationship can come back together though.
No.
You know, and I was like,
No,
oh no,
I'm
you
not
know,
going
I'm
back to
no longer
that.
not that
Backwards.
person anymore.
No.
But you know, they just admire my confidence
Yes.
today. You know, like they know I don't tolerate it. I'm
No.
a whole
I'm not
new
the same
Kim.
person.
It's a
I'm a
different
whole
person.
new Kim today.
Yes,
that's
You
right.
can't even approach me the way you used to.
Those days
You
are
can't-
gone.
They are gone. They are gone. Yes.
Yeah, that is
So,
awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what else do you have going on?
Well, right now, I'm just a grandmother and enjoying my
That's a lot.
grandchildren.
Yes.
Sweet.
You know, enjoying life.
Yes.
And knowing how to do it by myself.
Okay.
You know, not needing to have somebody right there with me. You know, and just you know, loving me.
That's
Yes.
right.
Every day.
Yes.
Like I'm doing something for me every day.
Good.
Awesome.
And you know, and I'm just noticing things that I never noticed before. Like we take so much for granted. The how beautiful God's creation is.
Beautiful.
You know, I'm just starting to notice things that really matter.
Yeah.
You know, all of those other things that I was so into is
Matter.
like that stuff don't even matter.
Because your mind is
anymore.
clear now. You're in a different
Yes.
place.
Yes. I mean, I could have a cup of tea and I'm like, thank you, Lord, for allowing me to be able to
this
drink
tea.
and swallow
Yes.
this tea.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Some
Just
people
the little
can't.
things,
people,
right?
the little things. Thank you for allowing me to have my feet
Feet.
to walk on. You know, I'm just really noticing things that matter
That
now.
you're grateful for.
That I'm grateful for. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
That's
learned that in
wonderful. I like that.
therapy.
Oh,
Being
yeah.
thankful for your legs, being thankful for your
Yes.
hands, a mouth to speak.
Yes.
So there's some people that don't even have that.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Can-
take so much for granted.
Yeah. So I'm just living life, and making sure I'm staying prayed up.
Definitely.
You know?
Definitely.
You know, I always talk to God before I make decisions. You know, and wait for Him to answer me before I make that decision.
Good for you.
He hasn't
And
failed you yet, huh?
Has not.
Nope.
And just to let you know, which is in my book, how He had His hands on me from day
The whole
one.
time.
You know, I was born a preemie. The enemy tried to take me out
Yeah.
from day one. You know, but the Lord had a purpose for
He sure
me.
did.
That's right.
You know, and people tried to take me out, but God had a purpose
No.
for
Yes.
That's right.
me. So I'm still here, and I'm
Yeah.
grateful.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Tell us what you do for fun.
I love to travel.
Yes.
Not
Not anywhere yet, right? You haven't been since this pandemic.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
I
Yes.
would travel,
Yes.
and I was just going to say the pandemic is
Took it out.
one of my favorite things is going on cruises.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do
I
that
love them too.
Going on
annually.
cruises, I like to read. I love the quiet.
Okay.
You know, I can appreciate quiet now, and just enjoying times with my grandchildren.
nice.
That's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a
I love
blessing.
to relax. I mean, just do me.
That's
is what
it.
they say.
That's
Yeah.
right. Do
I
you?
do me.
Do you,
That's what I
boo?
do. Do me. That's
It's time
right.
for you to do you. You've been
Yeah.
doing it for other people all
Yes,
these
for
years.
so
Loving
long.
all
So-
the wrong people. Now
Yes.
it's time to love
Yes,
yourself.
That's it.
It's your turn.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That's where I am.
Thanks for coming and spending time with us.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
We wish you much success.
Definitely.
Thank you so much.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you. We hope that you enjoyed the show. Please join us next Tuesday at 6 p.m. with another inspirational guest from our community. In closing, remember that it is important to love and prioritize yourself. It is essential to becoming happier and work towards creating a life that you love. Kim shared her past dealing with abuse, narcissism, and codependency. Her mission is to empower women with the strategies and tools that will help them to create a life where they are valued, appreciated, and create possibilities to truly live their best lives. We are real sisters, sharing real stories within our community. We thank you for tuning in to Let's Talk About It, the Candid Conversation Show.
Let's go. Let's go.
Come on, let's have a candid conversation. Let's talk about it. Just bring it up, we got hope and love.
Yeah.
It's all about you and your well-being. The Candid Conversation Show. Let's go, let's talk about it.